The RC industry has seen some of the most exquisite surface transmitters being released recently, with really top-tier technology and exquisite materials being used. Well, today we're going to take a look at a transmitter that's kind of on the other end of that spectrum. Today we're going to check out the Spektrum DX5 Rugged. As a standalone transmitter, the DX5 Rugged has all the standard features that you would expect while leaning towards the off-road adventure-y crawler/basher guys or even boaters. But if you wanted to, the DX5 Rugged could be used for racing. Ergonomically, the transmitter is inspired off the DX5 series, so if you're familiar with that, the Rugged is very similar. So the grip and the feel are going to be similar, and the weight dry without the required 4 AA batteries is about 413 grams. For channel support, the DX5 has 5 channels like the name implies. You could use those channels for a wide variety of applications like controlling lights, controlling a dig, a winch, extra servos, whatever you need. The DX5 has 5 channels support. To control those 5 channels, the DX5 Rugged has 7 different buttons, so you can program any of those buttons to perform any of those desired functions. To navigate the menus in the DX5 Rugged, you have this nice LCD display up top, and then our navigation buttons are capacitive touch buttons. And in the menus, you'll find steering mixing, 4-wheel mixing, there's motor on axle mixing, and there's one assignable mix. The DX5 Rugged also supports telemetry and AVC devices, although there are no compatible devices included, so you'll have to buy them separately. So those are all nice transmitter features and all, but there's really only one reason why we're talking about the DX5 Rugged. And it's because this is meant to be the ultimate outdoor adventure transmitter that can kind of go anywhere, do anything. But how? Well, Spektrum says that the DX5 Rugged incorporates a lot of the cordless construction power tool technology in this transmitter so it can absorb or handle similar abuse. Then going around the outside of the transmitter chassis, we have these TPU bumpers going all the way around on both sides. Now these TPU bumpers are this soft rubber that help absorb impacts and bumps. They remind me of an OtterBox smartphone case. Aside from these bumpers, the DX5 Rugged is water resistant. It's not waterproof and it can't be submerged in water, but it can get a little wet without failure. On the front of our DX5 Rugged, we have this brace here which helps provide some rigidity to the transmitter. But Spektrum also says that you can use this brace to mount a light, you could mount a camera, you could mount anything you really want on here. Here's a carabiner. I'm gonna just smack that on there. You can add whatever you want. Of course, you're adding more weight, but it is convenient to have that to mount accessories on. Now, if you use a lanyard for your transmitter, we have 2 spots, one here and one here, or you could also attach to the front brace if you want. But the top one is rubberized, so we could just attach easily, and we're not gonna have any problems with the transmitter dropping. There's a couple other cool external features on the DX5 Rugged that help polish it off as being that outdoor adventure transmitter. The first is on the back of the transmitter here, we have this little storage area. Now, if we pop off this cover that has TPU bumpers on it, we'll see this exposed area for a bind plug if we want to store a bind plug in there. And there's this little snap spot where you can add a cross wrench or any little tool that will fit in that spot. And then the storage area could accommodate some other items. Now, if we turn the transmitter around, one of the most strikingly visual things about the DX5 Rugged is that on the steering wheel, we have this thumb lever for one-handed RC operation. So with my left hand, I'll just demonstrate. I can pull the throttle and use my thumb here to steer the steering wheel on the DX5 Rugged. Now, a lot of people kind of extend their thumb on a standard transmitter to drive in a similar way, but with this little thumbstick here, we can operate it fairly easily for easy one-handed operation on the trail, outdoors, wherever it may be. It's time for us to do a few drop tests. We've got a board here with a few different height intervals. So we've got a foot at this black Sharpie line, 2 feet, 3 feet, and then the very top of this cardboard is 4 feet tall. Now keep in mind this floor here inside the AMain Hobbies office, I believe is a concrete slab with padding and then carpet. So it's a very hard surface. So it should be a good test for the Spektrum Rugged, as this is a lot harder than the dirt outside. So let's try it first. We have AA's inside the transmitter. It is on, and we'll start with the 1 foot drop test. Let's go to 2 feet. Our little cubby storage on the back fell off. The lid to it. Let me pop that on. The transmitter turned off as well, but it's back on. Let's go to 3 feet. Ooh. Okay, it's still on. Battery door didn't even come out. Oh, the battery door did open. It slid open a little bit. Let's just go to 4 feet. So the batteries flew out. The battery door came off. Let's throw them back in quickly. Because the battery door fell out on that last 4 foot drop test, I'm gonna put a little bit of duct tape on there and then try it again. This is nasty stuff. Okay, the transmitter is still on. We have our duct tape on the bottom. Hopefully this helps. Let's do another 4 foot drop test. Ooh. So, the battery door ripped right through the duct tape. The duct tape ripped. The force was that great that the battery door needed to open and let those batteries out. I'm sure the transmitter still works. We'll put the batteries back in and try it. We're gonna try dropping the transmitter now in a couple of different orientations. We've been dropping it mostly on the bottom. The battery door opens, the batteries explode. On the back side, we have those bumpers, the rubber bumpers protecting the transmitter. On this front side, we also have them, although it's kind of hard to protect the steering wheel as it bulges out. So we're gonna see what happens when we drop it on that. Now we really hope that we don't break this transmitter, but this portion feels pretty solid, but we'll give it a go. For you guys, our display is on. It hasn't cracked through any of these tests. So let's try it. We'll drop it maybe on the front first. And let's do it from 3 feet. Okay, it turned off. Hopefully not for good. It did. Okay, the battery dislodged. Just a AA battery. Okay, it's back on. Let's try to drop it on the steering wheel. 3 feet. It rebooted, but it's not broken. Let's try the back side like that. Whoa, battery explosion. Okay, we've got the batteries in. The transmitter restarted. It doesn't feel good inside to be dropping a transmitter. I keep feeling like it's gonna break, but it hasn't yet. So let's try one last test and we'll drop it on its lid. 3 feet. It restarted. We have a Spektrum DX5C. This is not a rugged. transmitter at all, but it is based off the same family as the DX5 Rugged. This belongs to our customer service department here at AMain Hobbies. It has AA batteries in it, and it is currently on. We're gonna drop test it. We're just gonna go for 4 feet. Okay, it's still on. Let's, man. Okay, let's try it one more time. Okay, as you can see, the DX5C transmitter survived that crash, no problem. We have the steering wheel section here basically popped out of its socket. The wiring, the harness, all of that actually looks okay. I think that could probably be repaired. It may just be, well, it's broken. It's broken. That was the second drop test on the DX5C that broke it. One more time. Let's grab the DX5 Rugged.
Cool.
There we go. That's about 5 feet on the DX5 Rugged. Our pistol grip here, rubber, came out a little bit on the grip, slid right back in. Nothing looks broken. Let's put the batteries in and try it. Drop after drop after drop, the DX5 Rugged is still working. It turns on, it functions just fine. There aren't even any cracks in the plastic. The LCD screen is perfect. The transmitter held up surprisingly well. I was a little bit skeptical going into this, but the Rugged definitely is the perfect companion for any outdoor RCing where you just need a transmitter to survive the day. The DX5 Rugged, I think, is more than capable of surviving most of what you can throw at it. If you guys would like more information on the DX5 Rugged, check out our links down below. And if you have any questions or comments, you can do that down below as well. My name is Brett for AMain Hobbies. Don't ever drop your transmitter intentionally. It will break and it's not advised. Thanks for watching.